So here it is finally. EPS plus OPS minus TTV plus BJP is equal to NDA. The final formula, hopefully here to stay. And hopefully, after 8 months of chaos, some semblance of political peace in Tamil Nadu.
The decks are now clear for two parts of Amma's party, the AIADMK, to come together. The two factions, one led by E. Palanisamy, the other led by O. Selvam. But before you breathe a sigh of relief, there could still be some last-minute hiccups. So how did this merger come about and what are the hiccups? We tell you.
Eight months since Amma's death. 8 months of a bitter fight for Amma's legacy. And now, her party's warring factions are finally set to shake hands.
The merger will occur before August 15th, is that so?
So we are confident, hope so.
Yeah, are you giving post to CM? OPS, are you giving deputy? Are you giving deputy chief minister post to OPS?
Please have a meeting, I will come back to you.
India Today gets you the inside story of the merger. While Edapadi Palanisamy will continue to remain the chief minister, former CM OPS will be his deputy, with the additional charge of finance and PWD. OPS loyalists Mafoy Pandirajan and Semmalai will also be rewarded. They're all set to get cabinet berths. In a resolution passed by the chief minister, the party was clear. TTV Dinakaran gets the boot. His appointment as Deputy General Secretary declared invalid. Plus, all appointments made by him were also nullified. The party said it is not bound by any of Dinakaran's decisions. But there could still be two slips between the cup and lip, given the additional demands by the OPS camp. They insist that the party show the door to Shashikala as well and start a probe into Jayalalitha's death. But Dinakaran is not one to go down without a fight.
Tamil Nadu's ruling party now stands on the threshold of a historic tie-up with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But can it shake off the wise grip of politics and power struggles to steady the ship before it's too late? With Pramod Madhav, this is Priyambada in Chennai for India Today.
Now remember, one of the preconditions for the two factions to come together was the removal of both TTV Dinakaran and Shashikala from all party posts. The first has been effected by the party today, but is Dinakaran going to go down without a fight? Certainly not, and he made that very clear today. All right, let me go across to consulting editor and senior journalist T.S. Sudhir for a quick word on this formula. Remember, you heard it first on India Today. But your first impression, Sudhir, is this the final word on the merger?
Well, it looks like it's going to be the final word, but of course there are lots of ifs and buts and a lot could happen over the weekend. We tend to look at things in black and white, but I want to point your attention to the greys that are there. There's a tremendous sense of unease, especially in the Palanisamy and to an extent even in the Dinakaran camp, and the manner in which the entire AIADMK is sought to be modified to suit the interests of the BJP. They are pretty uncomfortable in the manner in which the entire operations of the AIADMK has almost been outsourced to the BJP, which does not have a single MLA from Tamil Nadu. So that sense pretty significant that they're pretty uncomfortable in the manner in which the entire thing is playing out at this point in time. Number two, both the party and the government, the kind of arrangement that is being worked out, Padmaja, is that both Palanisamy and Selvam will be in charge of both the party as well as the government. In the government, it will be EPS who will be number one and Selvam could become deputy chief minister, while it will be the reverse case in the party. Now, the AIADMK has never been used to a two-leader power structure. It was always a single leader, whether it was in the times of MGR or Jayalalitha after that. Whether the AIADMK will actually be comfortable with this kind of an arrangement, or whether it will expose the entire fault lines within the AIADMK, and also not to forget the fact that both EPS and OPS come from two different and dominant caste formations in Tamil Nadu, the OPS from the Tevar community and EPS from the Gaunter community. So all these things will play out in the days to come. And Dinakaran obviously also pointing out the fact that this kind of a kowtowing before the BJP is not really going to look very good for the AIADMK's image in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, just stay with me, Sudhir. And before we bring in the politicians, I just want to remind the viewers that why this merger is important is because hopefully it will finally bring some semblance of sanity and governance to the state of Tamil Nadu. Because it's not just about who becomes chief minister. It may be that to these politicians, but for the people in Tamil Nadu, it's a question of open potholes, roads caving in, several protests, which nobody seems to be in control of. All of this that the state has been roiled with over the last 8 months, finally will they get a stable government and be sure who's in command?
Her death was a veritable blow to her party and the government of one of India's most progressive states. In the 8 months since Jayalalitha's passing, Tamil Nadu has missed her absence and suffered under a scattered, distracted government, diverted by politics and not on governance. From protests by drought-hit farmers to protests for lifting the ban on the bull-taming sport of Jallikattu, from infrastructural woes to government apathy, the infighting in the AIADMK since Amma's death has only crippled the state of Tamil Nadu. The 2016 drought was billed as one of the worst in the last 140 years of Tamil Nadu's history. Tamil Nadu farmers grabbed the headlines with their gimmicky protest methods earlier this year. They protested half naked, holding the skulls of dead farmers, with rats, dead snakes and black cloth in their mouth. They also tied chains around their wrists, drawing the attention of the entire country. Their demand was complete loan waiver, a decent pension and pending dues.
One side the Modi, Honorable Prime Minister Modi government gave trouble to us, to farmers. Right. Not proper price, not interlinking the river. We showed to the Modi ji, please help us. Please don't allow the police to kill, allow the nationalized bank manager to enter in the house and kill. So that's the reason we are going.
Earlier in January this year, the entire nation witnessed a student movement. What started as a student protest at the Marina Beach with 50 protesters on 17 January swelled to around 50,000 by evening. Their demand was to lift the ban on the famous bull-taming sport of Jallikattu. Chennai has witnessed multiple occasions of road cave-ins in the recent past. The state is devoid of good governance. Many projects such as the expansion of Chennai Airport, setting up of Chennai-Bengaluru Industrial Corridor, project to build 5,000 homes for fishermen, little is seen on the ground. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, now let me introduce AIADMK supporter C. Rajashekharan. He's a lawyer and so far he has been a supporter of E. Palanisamy. However, he changes his support depending on which side he agrees with. And we also have Manu Sundaram of the DMK. But let me start by asking you, Mr. Rajashekharan, so the so-called Dharma Yudh that the OPS faction had been speaking of, is it finally over?
Padmaja, see, I only wish, as an outsider of ADMK, I wish the good governance of J. Jayalalitha should be followed, and in the interest of the state and in the interest of the people, the ADMK should get united. But today it is a different scenario, because see, TTV Dinagaran now has indulged or entered into war of words. They are just throwing different kinds of language in the public space. And Edappadi Palanisamy is saying TTV Dinagaran is not in the party. And today TTV Dinagaran has rebutted, saying that Edappadi Palanisamy has no right. So these things should not happen to ADMK. They are only spoiling the prospects of ADMK and giving a good opportunity to DMK. That is what is happening. This EPS-OPS merger is not the merger of ADMK which everybody wanted. So I don't support any of the faction, because they are not united for the cause, for the people.
But I want to just tell our viewers that what they're seeing on their screens right now are images of E. Palanisamy reaching Delhi. Now, it's very interesting, Manu Sundaram, isn't it, the timing of this resolution that has been passed today, just hours before main leaders of the AIADMK, both factions, were supposed to be in Delhi for Mr. Venkaiah Naidu swearing in tomorrow.
Well, typically we don't comment on the internal affairs of another party, even one as despicable as the ADMK. But you know what stands out for me in today's development is, Padmaja, that it resembles a lot like rearranging the deck chairs on a sinking Titanic. It doesn't matter whether it is which PS, OPS, APS, BPS, but the entire government is going to crash and sink. Now, let me just offer an opinion on what Mr. Palanisamy has done today. He says that he has removed a Deputy General Secretary of a party. Now, Mr. T. Dinakaran has said that he is not empowered to do so. And he has rightly pointed out the fact that Palanisamy himself has given an affidavit before the Election Commission in the contest for the two-leaf symbol, saying that Sashikala is the rightly appointed General Secretary of the party. So Mr. Palanisamy, instead of even moving one small or taking one small step in looking after the governance in the state of Tamil Nadu, is more worried about doing flip-flops. This entire circus, in my opinion, Padmaja, is nothing but an unwanted distraction. As you've pointed out in your in your brief video shown earlier, there's the farmer protests, there's water protests across Chennai, there's the ever sort of burgeoning TASMAC or alcohol protests, and there has been no semblance of government. See, they're welcome to go to Mr. Venkaiah Naidu swearing in, or they're welcome to do everything else, but what have they done and what have they achieved in terms of governance? And I think that is a big zero. So this entire circus, in my opinion, is just a very carefully planned distraction for us, the media, the political opponents, and most importantly the public of the state, so that we do not focus on the
one thing that has changed over the last 8 months is that there is someone working behind the scenes who's basically told these two sides, get your act together, get together, because we need a stable government, we need the ADMK numbers. Would you hazard a guess who that could be, if my surmise is correct?
Well, Manu Sundaram kept referring to the circus. I wonder who the ringmaster is. And therein, Padmaja, lies the answer. Obviously, directions are being given, instructions are being given to both factions of the ADMK that they need to get their act together, merge according to some conditions, and I suspect the entire script is not being written in Chennai, it is being written in New Delhi, which perhaps explains that both OPS and EPS will be meeting the Prime Minister tomorrow. The entire operations of the AIADMK, as I said, have been outsourced to the BJP and other people who are mediating. In fact, I know it for a fact that a senior union minister is the one who is mediating in the entire exercise. Now, something like this would be unimaginable in the life and times of Jayalalitha, when she would be actually treating Delhi with much scorn in the manner in which she actually dealt with New Delhi on various issues. So in that sense, as I said, there is a tremendous amount of unease in the manner in which the BJP is interfering in the matters of the AIADMK. Not everyone is very comfortable with that, but yes, they do realize that they have their backs to the wall. They blame their leaders, especially OPS and EPS, for the manner in which they have kowtowed to the BJP leadership, and they realize that with the BJP having the IT raids as a handle, they saw what happened to Vijay Bhaskar, the manner in which their skeletons in the cupboard came tumbling out. They obviously are not in a position to take on the BJP. They really cannot take any risk.
So, Mr. Rajashekharan, is that what the AIADMK has been reduced to, from a party that literally called the shots? It was basically considered as a stand-alone force in the south, to now being reduced to a puppet of the centre?
Padmaja, see, you have no comparison to the position of late Jayalalitha. She was one of the tallest leader of southern part of the country, and she was definitely a courageous lady and a very, very strong, willpowered woman. Above that, she never allowed anybody to utter a single word to the media or to even the so-called EPS, OPS. Everybody is now coming on the national TV and they are.
No, but then my question is, Mr. Rajashekharan, if you're the centre's puppet, might as well have governors rule, or let some other party govern, who know what they're doing.
If you ask me honestly, I would wish that the centre takes a call and ensures the people of Tamil Nadu get an opportunity to go for the elections and elect the party which they want, because the people of Tamil Nadu didn't vote for these kind of the present situation.
Is that then the inevitable that all of us should be prepared for, T.S. Sudhir? Because don't you think eventually the inherent differences between these two factions will show up?
Would definitely show up, given the fact that in the last 3 months or last 6 months, ever since Paneerselvam revolted, there has been a war of words. There have been words exchanged between leaders of different factions. So there is really no love lost or understanding between the Paneerselvam camp and leaders of the Palanisammy camp. And these differences definitely will show up once a merger takes place. So the merger, even if it takes place, will actually lead to an AIADMK being put together with Band-Aid, and that would come out one day or the other. So in that sense, governance will take a hit. On paper, yes, you will have a chief minister, a deputy chief minister, you will have the entire administrative paraphernalia in place, but whether that will lead to quality of governance is going to be the big question. And number two, the NDA obviously will get an important ally. It will lead to some kind of a saffronization, if I may use a word, of Tamil Nadu. The BJP, though it does not have a single MLA in Tamil Nadu, can actually claim that the AIADMK is part of the NDA umbrella. So in that sense, Tamil Nadu will be another state that BJP can claim as its own, as part of the entire larger NDA parivar. But beyond that, what will happen, what it will do to the people of Tamil Nadu, I'm not so sure. The jury is out on that one.
Saffronization of Tamil Nadu. Manu Sundaram?
See, Tamil Nadu's politics are quite unique in a way. In the last 50 years, we are probably the only state which has not had a national party. So from 67, when the DMK first formed government, till 2017, the year we are in now. That's because the politics of the state has been an identity-based politics. That's why there is a Dravidian ideology, quite a unique and a different sort of take on things, and very different needs to perhaps other parts of the country, especially the Hindi heartland. And be it the late MGR, the late Anna, Kalaignar or Jayalalitha, every single leader of this government has stood up to the center. They have not been mere outposts of New Delhi, and that is the reason they have survived. That is the reason the DMK and ADMK have thrived.
So let me ask you this, Manu Sundaram, given that the ADMK, even if they merge, will be significantly diminished, and should we see today's Murasoli event in that light, that you are just setting the ground, you're laying the ground for what you foresee is an election maybe in the next few months, when this merger implodes?
So the Murasoli event, and I think you've rightly pointed out, has brought together sort of forces across different fields, in support of a particular political ideology, a narrative of social justice and so on. And ADMK must really introspect to see why a party which is in government and has been in government for 2 consecutive terms in Tamil Nadu and has almost 37 MPs in the Lok Sabha and 13 MPs in the Rajya Sabha, one of the most powerful parties in the center, why it has split when in power. You typically hear parties splitting when they're out of power, when there is, different factions fighting or lusting for power. But a party which is in government cannot hold its own troops together. I think that reflects, unfortunately, on the ADMK, and unfortunately that has a strong bearing on the governance in Tamil Nadu. So the DMK, on the other hand, see, it's an event which has brought together names like Kamal Hassan, Rajinikanth, but that's not of politics. It is because they believe in the ideology and the narrative of social justice.
Okay, I'm really sorry to interrupt you, Manu Sundaram, but I think Kamal Hassan is now speaking at the event. Let's quickly cut across to that.
இந்த மேடையில் வீற்றிருக்கும் பெரிய பத்திரிகை ஆசிரியர்களுடன் பாதியில் பத்திரிகை நடத்த முடியாமல் நிறுத்திய கடைநிலை பத்திரிகை ஆசிரியனாக இந்த மேடையில் அமரும் ஒரு வாய்ப்பு எனக்கு கிடைத்திருக்கிறது. இது மாபெரும் வாய்ப்பு. அவர்களுடன் அமர தகுதியானவனா என்பதை கூட நான் யோசித்து பார்க்காமல் வாய்ப்பை பறித்துக் கொண்டேன் என்பதுதான் உண்மை. என்னை கேட்கிறார்கள், எங்கே அந்த மேடையில் போய் கழகத்தில் சேரப்போகிறீர்களா என்று கேள்விகள் ட்விட்டரில் தான் வருது. சேருவதாயிருந்தால் 1983 கலைஞர் அவர்கள் அனுப்பிய ஒரு டெலிகிராம் எனக்கு வந்து சேர்ந்தது. அது ஒரு கேள்வி. அந்த பெருந்தன்மையை நான் இன்றும் மறக்க மாட்டேன், என்றும் மறக்க மாட்டேன். நீங்கள் ஏன் திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தில் சேரக்கூடாது? உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். அந்த டெலிகிராம வெளியே காட்டவும் தைரியம் இல்லை, பதில் சொல்லவும் தைரியம் இல்லை. எனக்கு என்னன்னு சொல்லுவேன் நான்? அதை அப்படியே மடிச்சு உள்ள வச்சுட்டேன். பதில் இன்று வரை நான் சொல்லவில்லை. அவருடைய பெருந்தன்மை என்னன்னா, அதுக்கப்புறம் மறுபடியும் அவர் கேட்கல. அது மூதறிஞர்களுக்கு பெரியவர்களுக்கே உரித்தான தன்மை. அந்த மரியாதை இந்த மேடையிலும் கிடைக்கும் என்ற நம்பிக்கையில் இங்கே வந்திருக்கிறேன். நான் ஒருவரை ஒருவர் விமர்சித்தும் கிண்டல் அடித்தும் பேசியவர்கள் எல்லாம் இந்த மேடையில் இருக்கும் இந்த ஒரு புதிய கலாச்சாரத்தை நானும் பயில இந்த மேடைக்கு வந்திருக்கிறேன். ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் அவர்கள் பேசும் பொழுது என்னை பற்றி, எங்கள் பத்திரிகையை பற்றி பூணூல் பத்திரிகை என்றும் பாரம்பரிய பத்திரிகை என்றும் சொல்லி கிண்டல் அடித்திருக்கிறார்கள் என்று சொன்னார். அவரே சந்தோஷமாக இந்த விழாவுக்கு வந்திருக்கும் பொழுது பூணூலே இல்லாத கலைஞானி இந்த விழாவுக்கு வருவதில் என்ன ஆச்சரியம்? ஏன் இப்படி பதறுகிறீர்கள்? இது ஒரு பத்திரிகையின் வெற்றி விழா. 75 ஆண்டுகள் பத்திரிகை நடத்துவது என்ன என்பதை இங்கே 100 வருடத்திற்கு மேலாக பத்திரிகை நடத்தியவர்களும் 90 வருடங்கள் பத்திரிகை நடத்தியவர்களும் இங்கே பேசியிருக்கிறார்கள். நான் அதை பற்றி மறுபடியும் பொழிப்புரை சொல்ல வேண்டியதில்லை. ஆனால் நான் இங்கு வந்த காரணத்தை சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். அதற்காகத்தான் இங்கே வந்தேன். இங்கே வந்து ஏதாவது அரசியல் விமர்சனம் சொல்வீர்களா என்றால் அதற்கு இதுவா மேடை? அந்த அறிவு எனக்காவது இருக்க வேண்டாமா? இங்கே ஒரு புதிய அனுபவத்தை தமிழகம் பெற்றுக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. இவர்களெல்லாம் அதற்கு முன்னோடிகளாக விளங்குவார்கள். சரித்திரம் சொல்லும். இந்த மேடையில் இருக்கும் பத்திரிகை ஆசிரியர்கள் அவர்கள் காட்டிய கண்ணியம், அவர்கள் செய்த கடமை, அவர்கள் காண்பித்த கட்டுப்பாடு ஏற்கனவே கேட்டவைதான். ஆனால் அதை செயல்படுத்தி காட்டியிருக்கிறார்கள் இந்த பத்திரிகையாளர்கள். வெவ்வேறு கருத்துடையவர்களாக இருப்பினும் அந்த கூட்டத்தில் அமரும் பாக்கியத்தை பெற்றே ஆக வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு பேராசையுடன் வந்தவன் நான். இன்னொரு விஷயத்தை இந்த மேடையில் வைப்பதில் நான் பெருமை கொள்கிறேன். அரசியல பேசாம போயிட்டாருன்னு வையக்கூடாது இல்லையா? அதுக்காக இதோடு முடிந்தது இந்த திராவிடம் என்றெல்லாம் பேசிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார்கள். அதுக்கு நான் ஒரு பேட்டியில் சொன்னேன், ஜனகணமனால திராவிடம் சொல் இருக்கிற வரையிலும் இது இருக்கும். இதற்கு அடுத்த கட்டம் செல்கிறேன். திராவிடன் என்பது இங்கே தமிழகம் தென்னகத்தோடு மற்றும் நின்று விட்டது என்று நினைப்பவர்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஆர்கியாலஜி பற்றியும் ஆந்த்ரோபாலஜி பற்றியும் சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். எனக்கு படித்து தெரிந்ததால் அல்ல, சொல்ல கேட்டதால் சொல்கிறேன். நாடு தழுவியது இந்த திராவிடம். இண்டஸ் வேலி சிவிலைசேஷனில் இருந்து மெதுவாக தள்ளிக்கொள்ளப்பட்டு வந்து கடைசியில் டிகாக்ஷனாக இங்கே நிற்கிறது. பேன் இந்தியன் மூமெண்ட் திராவிடம் என்பது. இதை நினைவில் வைத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். இந்த அரங்கு மட்டுமல்ல, நாடும் நினைவில் வைத்துக் கொள்ளும். நான் சொல்வது ஓட்டின் எண்ணிக்கையே அல்ல, மக்களின் சக்தியை. வணக்கம்.
நன்றி. அரசன் இல்லை என்றாலும் அரியாசனம் என்றும் இருக்கும் என்பார்கள் நம்முடைய அரசர்.
All right, so Kamal Hassan yet again dismissing all speculation that he is going to take on a political role. Remember, he has been very nuanced when asked so far about whether there is a role for him in active politics or not. He says, the day I cast my vote, I turn into a political person. That is going to be the big story on India Today. Remember, you heard first about the superstar's political hint, his meeting with fans, that of Talaiva, then of Kamal Hassan, and then, of course, the EPS-OPS merger. So we have our big focus on the south, on Tamil Nadu. You'll hear the first of every big story from there right here. Thanks very much for the time being for joining us.